Hi, welcome back to my room. It's red again because I wanted to match my little ears that I decided to wear today. I'm releasing my inner Belle Delphine minus the daddy issues. And today I wanted to talk about a few things. So to begin with, going back to last week, when I really tried to vlog my experience of taking the Mensa IQ test. And I have to say, I found that whole process very, very difficult because it doesn't feel really natural to document what you're doing as you're doing it when you are just basically living your life. I wasn't even using a camera. Imagine if I had the whole setup with the mic and the big camera and the light and everything, and going into the world like that felt really strange, even though I was just holding my phone up like anybody would, maybe, and a lot of tourists do. This was a strange thing to do. It is not natural. And my son watches a lot of YouTube videos as well. He was asking me, "Mommy, why aren't you vlogging?" And I asked him, what do you mean? And he said, "You're not saying anything. You're not describing what you're doing." And I'm like, yeah, because it's not a normal thing to do, to just narrate your life. I suppose the people who do the vlogging on a regular basis, like the daily stuff, they have to get into it and to learn it. But I suppose, I don't know if it is really a learning curve, or if these people actually believe their life is so interesting and so worth sharing that it comes naturally to them that they would just describe whatever they're doing because whoever is watching would definitely find that interesting. I don't know. It just felt really weird to do that. I am not someone who watches vlogs in general, but not so much because I have an issue with them. I don't mind vlogs when they are like an occasional thing, when you are trying to show something special, something different, something particular. And I suppose that's the reason why the whole daily vlogging scene that we have of people who do it or used to do it. I don't even know if the daily vloggers are still around or if they are a dying species at this point. I suppose that's the reason why there are so many scandals about these people who film themselves in situations and film other people in situations that are not really great and that actually shouldn't be broadcasted to audience. You know, I'm not going to name specific incidents, but we've had, you know, dead people, we've had people dying because of the vlogs we had. So I suppose it is quite normal that these things happen, because after a while, what are you going to do to make your vlog interesting or entertaining even? You have to basically keep putting yourself in situations that people will want to watch. If it's just about, you know, today I woke up and I had my breakfast and I did my exercises and I went to brush, you know, nobody cares. So after a while, you must find yourself in a situation where you feel that you have to provide the content. So you have to manufacture a life which is not really the life that you normally live, so that you can have things to film and to show to the world. And I suppose that's also why it makes sense for groups of influencers to start living together, because then they can start working together, collaborating on different videos and things like that, and they basically never run out of content that they can show to their audience, because there is always somebody who has an idea of something outrageous or different or whatever that they can do to film that day. But I am really wondering how long can this kind of lifestyle be sustained? How long before it takes a toll on you as a person and on the people around you? Because I suppose you don't interact with people in a natural way. You don't interact with them the way you normally would if the camera wasn't rolling. You have a show to provide. My dad travels a lot. He does a lot of things. He goes to a lot of places. He meets a lot of people. He has a very interesting life. He's always in and out of planes and airports. He's always going somewhere, coming back from somewhere. Basically lives out of a suitcase at this point, I am sure. I thought, I would love to see a vlog of his, because his life is interesting, but not because he has to provide content for a vlog. His life is interesting, it just is. I actually even offered to him that if he would film himself, I could try and make short videos like every now and then of his adventures and post them online, because I'm sure that would be interesting. At the same time, I don't know if he would enjoy doing that, because it would become some kind of job, a chore, or something that he has to do, something that he has to provide. And he might stop enjoying the life, the wonderful life that he has, because he will be in his head thinking about, can I film that? Should I film that? Will this be interesting? Can I share that? And I watched the H3 podcast when Casey Neistat was on, and he was talking about the fact that the vlogs affected his personal life, because he had his wife and his kids in the videos. So he needed his wife to be compliant in a way, and he needed her in a good mood so that she wouldn't tell him to get the hell out of her face with his camera when he came to film. So he would purposely avoid difficult conversations that needed to be had, because he knew that if he did, then she wouldn't comply to be in the video, and she wouldn't do the whole act that he wants her to do. If he got on her nerves, then she wouldn't do it. He found that it was taking a toll on his couple, basically, because he ended up avoiding issues, not fixing problems, for the sake of creating content for his audience. And the audience, I am sure, is a very fickle beast. I really don't think there will be a point where you will always make everyone happy. When you commit to being a content creator, you start thinking in terms of numbers, in terms of how many subscribers, how many views, and you start to think about what works and what doesn't, and you want to reproduce the things that work. And if you see that a certain topic doesn't bring the views or the likes or whatever, or the engagement or whatever, you might never go back to that, even though that's something that's really dear to your heart, that's really important to you. You might just ditch that because that's not bringing in the numbers, especially when YouTube becomes a job and a way for you to make money. You don't have the luxury of making those mistakes, or of this being a passion project and you're just making whatever you feel like and whatever you enjoy, because you still have to think about the bottom line and about what is going to bring the people to watch my videos so that I can get the ad revenue. So at some point it just becomes a kind of you have to wrestle with your audience and with your own feelings of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And when that becomes based on the content that you provide, which is based on the life that you live, there has to be a point where it becomes unsustainable, and where you will have to stop, and you will burn out, because you cannot be the puppet of your audience forever. And no matter how good the money is, and that's probably why so many YouTubers are depressed, because their whole job is is in the hands of people who are deeply ungrateful and very disloyal. They will not stick by you no matter what. There are of course a few people who will, but at the same time, what is the quality of viewership or, fandom that you get from those people who will be, who will be stans? Although I don't like that word, but let's say, what is the benefit of having a stan? All it does is make your ego bubble up and give you an importance that you don't actually have, or make you feel like you're invincible and like you can do anything and that nothing can ever happen to you. So do you really want the stands? Do you really think having stands is a sign of success, or just that there are a few demented people who will follow you to hell if you tell them to, So that I find that whole concept really bothersome and really troubling, and that is very much why I really don't think I would enjoy being a vlogger, or even an occasional vlogger. I mean, I love taking videos, I love video editing, but maybe I will stick to short little documentaries or short little videos, memories of the things that I have done on a day that is very special to me. Maybe I will share it with YouTube, maybe I will only send it to my family. Vlogging is not only not a natural thing to do, but also I'm trying to understand what brings people to watching these things, and why do they enjoy just looking at people living their life. And I am not sure that this is really what it is. A lot of it is probably aspirational. They probably watch people who have things that they want to have. Maybe it's wealth, maybe it's a certain physique. So they watch how they live, maybe with the intent of replicating it in their own lives. I also noticed that there are a lot of people who share online, not necessarily in the form of vlogs, and all they provide to their audience is just companionship in a way. And I always wonder, why is it that I can actually watch videos of people watching a video and commenting on it, and it is interesting to me? It's just because it feels like I am part of that, little circle of friends. I share in the banter. I can leave a comment to share a joke with them. It kind of feels like I am a part of it. And it's the same thing with the mukbangs. I really didn't understand the whole appeal of a mukbang. On the best of days, I don't like to watch people eat. So watching videos of people just eating, and mukbangs didn't start with stunts like eating a crazy amount of whatever in a very short amount of time, or it was just literally people sitting down and eating their meals in front of a camera and interacting with an audience, a live audience. So, and that came from just people needing companionship. They just needed somebody to be there with them. They just needed somebody to keep them company. And I think we've reached a point where the virtual life and the real life are kind of meshed together, in that, you can have online friends that you never actually meet. I have a good few of them myself that I have known for a good 20 years, if not more. And I've never met them face to face, but we are still Facebook friends. We still exchange now and then. We have our own set of private jokes, and we have our own references that only us can understand, the same way my real life friends would. And so now we used to have the TV, where we had entertainment from people who were actors, from movie studios who were big productions, and who were creating content to entertain us. And now we kind of get online friends entertaining us through their videos online. And I really find that interesting, the way that anybody can get there, anybody can come in and do it, and nobody really questions how legitimate it is for anyone to create a podcast or a YouTube channel. So I find that quite interesting. And although not all of it is for me, I do think that this is something that is going to shape the way we view life in society in general, and relationships with people in particular. So that's basically what I wanted to come out and say today. I worked on my French video. I haven't finished editing it yet. I will do that as soon as I finish filming this, which is about one of my big passions, which is shopping online, and more specifically shopping on AliExpress. You see, I have this little, this is so lovely. It is it looks like a little pencil, but actually it is a container for lip gloss. I don't actually even make lip gloss or anything. I just saw it and I just had to buy it. Because it's so cute. I made a video for my French channel about some of the experiences I had with online shopping, and I'm thinking of doing one in English as well, because I really enjoyed doing this video, even though it is a bitch to edit, but I really had fun. And I'm always ordering things. I mean, I have the highest level on the AliExpress scale, and I have packages coming every day, pretty much, to the point where when I told my mother the other day that I was feeling sick, she asked me if I didn't catch the coronavirus from one of the packages that I received from China. But well, I'm feeling better now, don't worry. I am not sick anymore. So yes, I'm gonna go and edit all of this so that my videos can be out this actual week instead of late. And I will definitely need to find some WD-40, because this chair is really getting on my nerves. Oh my god. I had a can of WD-40 on my desk, and now all I can find is the lid. I'm sure one of those kids of mine came in here and touched something and it's disappeared, but I really need, come on, that's nobody can live like this. That's not. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Have a very good time. Bye.